Yeah, I know. There's one last thing. There's one last thing. One last thing. Here we are. Pokemon. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, the map. The map kind of look pretty. Oh, the world looks good. The Isle of Armor. Let's check out some more stuff about this. Yes, they'll be accessible. We all know that. Every and Clara. Some follow-up information. We get to learn more about the Isle of Armor. On the Isle of Armor lies a dojo for Pokemon battles. Cubfu and Urshifu. And there's Mustard. And if you train at this dojo, you will receive the legendary Pokemon Cubfu. Cubfu from the master. He kind of looks cool. Through your training with Cubfu, you will receive permission he's shy. The Towers of Two Fists. The Towers of Two Fists. In this challenge, you will enter one of two towers. That don't sound like something I want to challenge. Or the Tower of Waters. Tower of Water. Oh, that's how you get to choose which version of Cubfu or which version of Urshifu you want to get. Once you've conquered one of the towers, Cubfu will evolve into Urshifu. If you choose the Tower of Darkness, it will learn Single Strike style. Single Strike and then Dual Strike, right? Rapid Strike. That's the right choice. Rapid Strike's the right choice. The choice is yours and yours alone. Beyond that, the evolved form of your partner. Oh yes, the Giganta Max Forms. Will gain a Gigantamax form as a reward for your adventure on the Isle of Armor. As a reward? Let's take a look at each Pokemon's Gigantamax form. Ooh, they can give us some more info about this then. Beating a giant drum and controlling its roots. It's G-Max Drum Solo. G-Max Drum Solo. A giant ball of fire to deliver a powerful shot. It's G-Max Fireball. G-Max Fireball. G-Max Snipe Shot. G-Max Hydro Snipe. Hydro Snipe. That kind of sounds cool, I guess. And when used, the opponent's abilities have no effect when they're attacking. Yeah, ignores opponent's abilities. That's cool. In addition to new outfit items and hairstyles. Yeah, you can just be Marnie. There will also be new league cards. Ooh, new league cards. Oh, they don't actually even look that good. The frames look kind of good though. Yeah, that okay. The backgrounds don't look nifty, but the rest of the stuff kind of looks good. Pokemon Sword Expansion Pass and Pokemon Shield Expansion Pass Part 1. End of June. And this fall. Okay. Also, for those of you who purchased the expansion pass, we've prepared this early purchase bonus you can receive by August 31st. By August 31st? Oh, easy. Starting today, during max raid battles in the wild area. Oh, some new Pokemon. G-Max Copperaja. And Duraludon in Pokemon Sword. Hasn't Duraludon been in like every one almost? Oh, and Garbodor. And and Shield. Garbodor and Charizard. Alright, I see that. What's going on, my fried shrimp? It's your boy Austin here, better known as Glowl on the World Wide Web, and today they have announced some new Pokemon news for the Isle of Armor expansion pass. Now, in the direct that they had just had, they actually did go ahead and release some new information about Cubfu, Urshifu, some Gigantamax forms, some new information about some league cards, some early expansion pass bonus gifts. Dude, they dropped a lot of information, so we're gonna go ahead and discuss some of this, talk about it, and just have a good old time. So first here we got the legendary Pokemon, which they did show more information about Cubfu and Urshifu. However, we kind of knew the most stuff about this. We already knew some stuff, but in the Isle of Armor, Cubfu will make an appearance. This Pokemon isn't normally found in the Galar region. Rather, the Cubfu you meet will come from a faraway land. You'll train alongside Cubfu, honing your skills together. So that comes with the question: is where is Cubfu actually from? Is it just from a special land? Is it from like the Isle of Armor? Is the Isle of Armor part of Galar? We don't really quite know, I guess. But it's a Wushu Pokemon fighting type, 2 foot tall, small little boy. But he's serious and dedicated to his training. This Pokemon is hardworking and strives to train both its body and its mind. Uses each defeat as motivation, training itself with even more vigor after losing in order to grow stronger. There's an organ that produces fighting energy in its lower abdomen, dude, same. And before heading into the battle, it will increase the energy through a unique breathing technique and intense focus. It dwells in distant mountains. Wild Cubfu live in mountainous areas. Oh, so there's more than one Cubfu right there. That actually just confirms that there is in fact more than one Cubfu. As time goes on, they're kind of confirming that there's like more than one legendary Pokemon. They're not just just the one. Like earlier how they announced that there were multiple packs of Zarude going around. Well, here there's multiple Kubfu going around here. But it was once a species that called Galar its home. It's noted that in historical texts that this species used to be head to uncharted lands with people as they set out to trade or explore. Records suggest that the Kubfu living in faraway mountains today may have descended from Kubfu that became naturalized to the distant lands that they visited in their journeys. So they're kind of made to be these fighting spirit type Pokemon, which I mean makes the most sense. You're getting them trained with one, and we got its evolution here, Urshifu, which we could either evolve it into the single strike style or the rapid strike style, depending on which tower you actually take on, the Tower of Darkness or the Tower of Waters. Personally, I think I'm going to be taking on the Tower of Waters to get the rapid strike style. It's a fighting and water type, while the single strike style is a fighting and dark type. Other than that, they're the exact same Pokemon for the most part. Urshifu, for the merciless blow type, the Urshifu in its form favor battling without holding anything back. When enraged, they will mercilessly attack an opponent until it is utterly crushed. Its single strike style Urshifu movements are often direct and involve rushing forward in a straight line. It keeps its distance from opponents at first, only to leap close in an instant to deliver a powerful blow. And for the rapid strike style, it delivers furious rapid strikes. Urshifu in this form maintain a calm demeanor, observing their opponents and measuring their strength while dodging attacks. A rapid strike style Urshifu will use flowing movements to battle, smoothly parry opponents' moves, and then overwhelm the opponent with a flurry of rapid strikes. Note, Kubfu will evolve into either single strike or rapid strike Urshifu. Which form it evolves into will change depending on the choices made in your adventure, which I said it depends on which tower you take on, either the Tower of Darkness or the Tower of Waters. The forms are not tied to the game version you are playing, which I think is nice. So you don't actually need both games in order to pick which one you like the best. If you like the one better, you just go get that one better. Probably the best way to go about it, because I feel like having them game exclusive would make sense, but it would probably upset some people. So then we got some information about Giganta Max Urshifu as well. Single Strike and Rapid Strike also have G-Max forms. They're both fighting dark. They're fighting dark or fighting water. I don't think we know their move yet. Actually, yeah, it hasn't said anything about their G-Max move. So we actually don't quite know about it. But a Rolling Rage in this form, Urshifu looks ready to bellow in fury. People call it both the very embodiment of rage and a divine emissary that banishes evil spirits with its fury. In this form, Urshifu will quietly maintain its stance with a calm expression. When facing this Pokemon, it seems some will become greatly agitated, feeling as if the very depths of their soul have been exposed. Oof. Yet others report feeling a sense of relief as they can be cleansed of evil spirits. So they both kind of get rid of evil spirits and cleanse the feelings, I suppose. They just cleanse the feelings out. But yeah, that's kind of it for the Urshifu and Kubfu information. Next though, we do got the Gigantamax forms of your very first partner Pokemon. So we have information about G-Max Rillaboom, G-Max Cinderace, and G-Max Inteleon. Which when the games came out, it was weird that they didn't get G-Max forms. But then again, like Greninja and them didn't get Megas when Megas were first announced. So I kind of get it. But here we have the Isle of Armor, which is a part of the expansion pass. This time, the details about G-Max moves that only Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleon can use have been revealed. So, the G-Max moves are tremendously powerful, packing a punch even greater than normal Max moves or G-Max moves. So for G-Max Rillaboom here, he's the drummer Pokemon, got the overgrow ability, everything like that. He's got the Forest of Drums. Rillaboom's tree stumps grow rapidly, to the point that it now resembles a small forest of its own. Gigantamax Rillaboom has merged with its Forest of Drums and become even more powerful. It can control its sticks as if they were used as its own limbs, and it will demonstrate transcendental drumming techniques. Beats that can cross the seas. Gigantamax Rillaboom will focus completely on playing its drums, compelled by the power welling up inside of it. The sound can reach across oceans and be heard by those living in other regions. That's funny, you're just having like a nice little nap in Unova, and just over the sky, you hear this giant like drum solo going on, and that's just G-Max Rillaboom. It's said that those will hear the beat will begin to dance and control the beat. Wow, that's kind of crazy. So you just hear G-Max Rillaboom just drumming on its drums, and you just can't stop dancing. Imagine trying to sleep, overwhelmed by a rhythm that surges up from inside them. So his G-Max move is actually called G-Max Drum Solo, and it attacks by using G-Max Solo is an extremely powerful move where Rillaboom strikes up a beat with the sticks on its hands. and elegantly controls tree roots with a spectacular drumming skill. It will then make these tree roots erupt from beneath the opponent, dealing massive damage. The move is more powerful than other max moves and can also ignore the effects of the target's abilities, which is actually something that each of the 3 starters G-Max moves do have, is that they can ignore the effects of any other Pokemon's ability. So whatever the ability is, you can use it, won't be affected by that. We don't know the damage of the move, but we have the description. I assume the damage is going to be up, close to the 300 mark like the rest of the G-Max moves. If I had to guess, I would say, but it does say that they're a bit stronger, so maybe 350, 400 at most. I can't expect more than that. For G-Max Cinderace here, we have a gigantic Pyro Ball. The burning ball in Cinderace's feet has grown to a massive proportions thanks to Gigantamax energy. Cinderace kicks the ball using its well-honed techniques. Its fighting spirit will possess the ball and cause the ball to pursue opponents as if it had a mind of its own. So this ball is possessed, dude. Outstanding leg strength. Gigantamax Cinderace boasts incredible leg strength. In fact, its legs are said to rank among the strongest of all Pokemon. Bro, this boy got some hams. Even without a gigantic Pyro Ball, it can deliver powerful kicking moves that overwhelm other Dynamax Pokemon. And so Cinderace's G-Max move is called G-Max Fireball. G-Max Fireball is an extremely powerful move where Cinderace will use its strong legs to kick a gigantic fireball at the opponent, causing an eruption when the fireball hits. This move is more powerful than other max moves and can also ignore the effects of the target's ability, which like I said, every Gigantamax starter Pokemon has that capability where it will ignore the opponent's moves, opponent's abilities, which I think is really cool. That can be put to good use. Like I said, let's say they have any type of fire resistant ability like Blaze or whatever, that doesn't affect it. Then we got G-Max Inteleon, my boy, the sniper. Its towering long tail. Inteleon has gained an extremely long tail thanks to Gigantamaxing. The tail's length is said to be over 130 feet. Boy, chill. While Gigantamax, Inteleon will stretch out its long tail and hold it straight to form a pillar. Inteleon will take up the battle position at the top. This Pokemon has an incredibly sharp mind and calculates the precise effects that the gravity will have on the trajectory of its shots, enabling it to be an extremely effective sniper. Inteleon has many hidden tools within its body, and these have also been enhanced due to its Gigantamaxing. The nictitating membranes, that's a weird word, nictitating membranes on its eyes will not only allow it to measure the distance to the target, they now let Inteleon detect temperature, air pressure, and even humidity. Boy, this dude got so many gadgets in his eyeballs. Inteleon is a skilled sniper as well, easily hitting a berry that's rolling around 9 miles away. This dude can snipe over 9 miles? Bro, okay. So his G-Max move is called Hydro Snipe. G-Max Hydro Snipe is a move with extreme high power. Inteleon will take form on top of its towering tail, gathering water at its fingertip before blasting at its opponent. The water is launched with such force and speed that it causes a huge explosion when it hits and packs a greater punch than other max moves. Like I said, this also affects the ability of other Pokemon. So yeah, Inteleon, he got gadgets in his eyes, so he can snipe real far, 9 miles. And then we have a little bit of information about Galarian Slowpoke, not all too much. They just kind of go out, they spend days zoning out. They have a Galarica Spice. What is this? They eat the seeds of a certain plant that grow in their habitat. As this was their favorite food, the seeds were in fact Galarica seeds. Used to this day as an essential spice for cooking, the Slowpoke and Galar built up particles of the spice in their bodies over several generations, eventually gaining the unique appearance and behavior that they are known for today. Oh, so that's actually how they transformed into a Galarian Slowpoke, is that they were eating this Galarica seeds. Okay, so that's actually how they transformed. So we didn't actually know previously how they became Galarian forms. We kind of assumed maybe it had something to do with the Shelder. Maybe it had something to do with trying to avoid being bit by the Shelder. Maybe these tips on its tail and head were poisonous, so that way the Shelder wouldn't want to bite it. But it actually just turns out that they're spicy boys. They got the Galarica seeds and they're spicy now. Galarian Slowpoke spend their days wallowing on seashores and riverbanks without thinking about anything in particular. Once in a while they might get a very sharp look in their eyes, but they will soon revert back to their zoned out expression. It's thought that this behavior is caused by an accumulating Galarica particle stimulating the Galarian Slowpoke's brain, resulting in it thinking of something tremendous, only for Galarian Slowpoke to immediately forget what it had just thought of. So these Gloryca seeds, they get in these Slowpoke high. Is that what's going on here? That's kind of what it seems like. It's like a nice rush of cocaine for the Slowpoke. Galarian Slowpoke can evolve into Galarian Slowbro if you know an item that can be found on the Isle of Armor. It can also evolve into Galarian Slowking if you use one that you can find in the Crown Tundra, which we don't know anything about the Crown Tundra yet. Still know very little about it. We only know what they revealed in the announced trailer. This trailer that they just had was mostly about the Isle of Armor. So, Pokemon that didn't appear in the Pokemon Sword and Shield will be joining the fun. Many Pokemon that didn't appear in Pokemon Sword and Shield make their homes in the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. Get ready to meet a lively array of diverse Pokemon, from newly discovered legendary Pokemon and new regional forms to Pokemon that have been seen living in other regions. So here we have, for the Isle of Armor, we're going to be getting Kingdra, Volcarona, Magnezone, Chansey, Azurill, Dedenne, Zorua, and Lycanroc, along with many more. I think it was said somewhere that there's over 200 more Pokemon coming to Sword and Shield, which is insane. That's a pretty good amount of Pokemon. That also includes new Pokemon that we haven't seen before, legendaries, new Galarian forms, everything like that. So in the Crown Tundra, we have Crobat, Garchomp, Elekid, Celio, Cryogonal, Aurora, Beldum, and Nidorino. And with that, we also have some new designs for the league cards, which initially I didn't think looked that cool until I started going around for the borders. The borders look pretty cool. The other effects that we have are also looking pretty nifty. I probably won't go too much into these, but content plan to be added with the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass. We got some new areas. Kubfu and Urshifu will be in the Isle of Armor. G-Max forms of Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleon. Some new regional forms. Pokemon that didn't appear will be in both. New Pokedexes. That's cool. We don't know anything about that yet, but they're going to add some new Pokedexes. New clothing items, which we know. New Pokemon added to max raid battles. Some new items. New tutor moves. Restricted sparring battle feature. Oh, what's that all about? And a new co-op play mode will be added in the Crown Tundra. Huh. I wonder what that's going to be. So yeah, there's still like a bunch of information that we don't know really, but this trailer kind of revealed a lot about the information about the Pokemon, especially the G-Max forms, and some new stuff about Slowpoke. They're planning to add even more new and appealing features to expansions that can be listed above. We hope that you'll be looking forward to more adventures that take you farther into the world of Pokemon Sword and Shield. And with that, we have one last thing. If you go ahead and pre-order this expansion pass before August, which, let's be real, you're probably gonna, you can get Leon's outfit here. You can get his hat, his shirt, pants, everything. You want to dress like Leon, here you go. You can have everything that Leon has. Not only that, but there is a Pikachu and Eevee outfit that you can get as well. Same thing, you pre-order it, you'll get it. So we're gonna have to go ahead and do that here. But yeah, so that's kind of everything we know about this new trailer from the Pokemon Sword and Shield games for the Isle of Armor. I'm excited for it. It does look like it's gonna be fun. I think I'm more hyped for the Crown Tundra. I think there's a lot cooler things in the Crown Tundra. However, we don't really know yet. I think maybe the mysteriousness of the Crown Tundra with like the birds and the Reggies, I think that's really gonna kind of push the Crown Tundra forward as far as being excited for it. The Galarian Slowpoke stuff is really interesting. I'm excited to get G-Max and Inteleon, be able to snipe 9 miles away. That's crazy. But yeah, so with that all being said, let me know what you guys think down below. I'll see y'all next time. Hope you guys did enjoy. Peace.